What is up, everybody? It is Corey, and welcome back to MeTime, episode 2. Um, I'm very excited that um, I'm actually filming an episode 2 because, back when I first thought of doing something like this, I thought I would record one episode and never post again. But here we are, filming episode 2 of my very own podcast. I don't know if that's what you can call this, but that's what I'm calling it. And to be honest, I really don't care. I really don't care. This is me time. This is my pod, and I enjoy it. I've enjoyed recording episode 2 twice. This is actually not my first time recording it. This is my second time recording this one episode. I recorded 30 minutes of MeTime episode 2 before, and I was uploading it to my computer, and my phone unplugged from the PC or whatever. And while it was uploading, it stopped uploading, and I was like, oh, I can just go back in and just re-upload it. I look in my camera roll, it's not there, and I look in my computer, and it is not there either. So I was very pissed about that. But here we are again, recording it once again, and this time it'll be way better than that first recording. What I talked about in that episode was actually Minecraft. I talked for a good long bit about Minecraft because I have been playing a lot of Minecraft recently. I've been playing a lot of survival Minecraft. Sorry, I really need to stop doing the long pauses. I have to collect my thoughts. So you work with me here, guys. But I've been playing a lot of Minecraft with my very, very special person, as y'all saw in my room tour video over there. And he invited me to his forever world, or that's what he calls it. It's more of just his survival world that he plays on. I don't think he has any other worlds actually, so it might be his forever world. But he invited me to it, and he was like, I would love if you could help me help me get my area looking nice, because he kind of just had a house on top of a mountain, and that was really it. So I have been terraforming, building houses, building trees. I built some flower fields, and I'm definitely making his world look about a lot better. But while playing Minecraft with him, we have had a lot of discussions about what they could add to Minecraft to make it better. I know that Minecraft has changed the way that they update their game. Instead of updates every, I think it was every year or every other year, they are doing smaller, more frequent updates. The most recent update was the Tiny Takeover update, and it updated a bunch of baby mob textures, and I think that's all it added. I know it added the golden dandelion, the ability to make name tags, I think, and the ability to make saddles. That might have been Mounts of Mayhem, but I'm not too sure. But we were talking, and we were like, what could Mojang add to Minecraft to make it better? And I wanted to talk about some of the things that I thought were really cool that we went over. One of the things that I came up with was birds. I think that, or in general, more flying creatures, bugs, birds, etc. We need more of those. We have the parrots, we have the bees, but I feel like there should be a universal mob that's all around the world, or in biomes, a bird for each biome or something, that is solely just to fly around. Just like the bunnies don't really have any sort of important feature about them, I guess you could the bunny's foot, the rabbit's foot, but I don't even know what that does. But the birds would just fly around. Maybe they would build nests in trees. And it would, you can see like a bluebird, a yellow bird, nothing crazy, but yeah, I would just like to see some birds. You can't tame them. I feel like if you were able to tame them, that would take away the coolness of the parrots. And so I think that they're solely there to just fly around, and then you can tame parrots, and that'll stay the same. And then bugs, I feel like maybe like butterflies. I mean, we have fireflies; those aren't really mobs. We have bees, and that's really it for bugs. If you want to say that spiders are bugs, then I guess. But like, I mean, more of like, I would love to see a butterfly. I'd love to see a butterfly. I'd love to see maybe a grasshopper, jumping through the grass, or like the ant bed. The ant bed would have been like from the savannah um biome votes. That was pretty cool. I just feel like we need more tiny things like that for updates. Another update I thought of was kind of just like a big overhaul. I feel like we've had the same Minecraft for such a long time, and I feel like a bunch of the biomes are very outdated, like trees and you know all of that. Like it's so I feel like it's outdated. It's like they've added the small things to biomes, like fallen leaves on the ground, the falling leaf animations. They'll add like a new mob here and there, but I just need like a biome overhaul for all biomes. Nothing crazy, but like maybe redo the trees, maybe add some more like diversity throughout the biomes, especially the desert. The desert needs a bunch. It got the camel. I'm looking for something else. I need some cooler cactuses. I need maybe like a little grassy patches. I also need biomes to be a lot bigger. I also feel like Minecraft world terrain generation is very finicky. I know they did a bunch of stuff with it when they did Caves and Cliffs, I think it was, or the Wild update. I'm still not sure about any of that, or it was like Caves and Cliffs Part 1, Part 2. I don't know. But yeah, world terrain generation needs to be way better. I feel like they could definitely do a lot there, like maybe make it so that a snow biome and a desert biome can't spawn right next to each other, or just like making world terrain just look a lot better, in my opinion. And biome overhauls. That's what we need. And then one that he said was we need an end update, and that one was one that I agreed with. And as you know, if you're in the Minecraft community, that's one that's talked about all the freaking time. An end update, I feel like, okay, I feel like the end definitely needs an update. The last time it was updated was the combat update, and that's when we got the elytra. We need something else in there. The main dragon island, like where the boss fight happens, I don't think that needs much updating. I think that the end islands definitely need updating. Maybe add a biome or two, maybe like cool trees or something, maybe new textures, not textures. Um what was that? Trees and um not textures. What am I saying? Like mobs and stuff, nothing crazy. Structures, that's what I meant. Maybe add like a new structure, maybe like a new mob or something like how the Nether got the piglins and how the piglins live in the Nether. Maybe there can be like a race of like, I don't know, end creatures or something. But I just feel like the end definitely needs a revamp, you know? Nothing crazy, you know, but just maybe like cool biomes. Like I know there's a bunch of mod packs that add a bunch of stuff to the end. Take inspiration from that, you know? And it doesn't need to be as crazy as those mod packs, but they can definitely do something. Like there's definitely improvements that need to be made to the end because it's literally like chorus fruit and in cities. That's literally it. But yeah, those were some of the updates that we talked about. I feel like more ambient sounds. I feel like they updated block textures and they love updating textures of things, you know, adding more biome variants, adding new baby variants. I need them to do a sound rehaul. Rehaul? Revamp. We did textures and that was crazy, but we need new sounds, okay? I love the Minecraft sounds now, but I feel like they can add, or maybe not redoing, but adding a bunch more new ones, you know? Adding a bunch of new sounds. Like I told him, I want to be walking through my world and I want to hear birds. I want to be walking through my world and hear wind. You know, I want to hear the trees rustling. I want to hear, you know, trees, you know, like creaking. You know, I want to hear footsteps. I want to hear like water trickling by. You know, like those are the things that I want to hear. So a sound update. I feel like a sound update would be so cool. You know, I feel like that would add a better ambiance to the Minecraft world. And I know that's kind of what they're going for. They're adding a bunch of like aesthetic updates and like trying to make the game more immersive and more realistic in that way. And I think sounds would definitely add another layer of realism to that. And so yeah, definitely a sound update. Another one that we were talking about is food, cooking. I feel like I feel like that's definitely just like something fun. I feel like they, you know, bring all of these strange like creatures and blocks and things like the new sulfur caves and the new sulfur cube. I feel like that's fun and that's what they're going for, but it's like why not make it something simple? Why not add a few more new cake recipes, new food recipes? And that would really give us something to do. It's like, you know, maybe add like a new interface to the smoker, you know? And it doesn't have to be simple. It doesn't have to be like, you know, like craft this and then this and then this. You know, it can be like you have to get this from this biome, you have to get this from this biome. You have to collect a recipe to be able to make, you know, that thing, you know? And I feel like that would be so cool. And maybe make it that like some of the items rot over time, you know? Like something fun like that. It would just add so much more to the game. Because, you know, we love building, we love all of that, but maybe we need a break. You know, maybe I want to be like I want to go cook a chocolate cake. You know? That's what I want to go make right now. And I feel like the base game has a lot of good ingredients. You know, like sugar, cocoa, milk, eggs. We have the new eggs, wheat, pumpkins, watermelons, a bunch of vegetables. They could add a few more fruits. You know, maybe add some new fruit trees or something. Um, Definitely something that they could add and it not be too difficult. Another thing I thought of was more things on the ground, and what I mean by that is maybe like smaller rocks, you know, like decorative rocks, like on the ground, like pebbles or something. And what else? Like maybe the ability to put down sticks. I feel like a lot of items are definitely things that can be placed down, like pumpkin pie should be able to be placed down, sticks should be like placed on the ground. Um stones should be able to be placed on the ground. Just small things like that that are like decorative and stuff. Like books should be placeable. What else should be placeable? Buckets, maybe. It's just a small decorative update, you know. And I feel like that would be very very cool to see. Another thing, and this was just like a small thing, but like you know how there's like snow, like layers of snow. We need that in deserts for sand. I feel like that would add such a cool like texture and look to the desert, because I know deserts have a lot of hills in them, and I feel like if they were lined with like, ooh, sorry, I had a lot to do today. I feel like if there were like desert layers, like sand layers, I feel like that would look pretty cool. But that's really all we talked about for the Minecraft updates. I feel like that was definitely a good discussion, and I feel like a lot of the updates that we said weren't too crazy for Minecraft, because you know Minecraft has a very specific theme that they go for, a specific aesthetic, and I feel like all of those would fit in with the Minecraft aesthetic. Also, my mouth is drying out. I need to go get some water, so give me a quick second. Very refreshing. Talking a lot dries out my mouth, but sorry for yawning earlier. Also, okay, one thing I want to address for the podcasts. First of all, they're like 30, 45 minutes long. I don't want to go through and edit all of that. And also, I just want the pods to be like me, because it's me time. I don't want to edit them. I do not want to edit them. That's why I kept like me walking and getting the fan art the other day. Like I just want it to be just me, me time. Like it's me time. And so I don't want to edit anything out. I just want it to be the real me. So that's the one thing I wanted to address. But the second thing, or not address, but the second thing I kind of wanted to talk about was what I had to do today, because I yawned and like I'm like really tired. Me and my friends had our Easter hangout today, and it was super fun. We played spoons. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I'm not going to explain it, but we played spoons. We made sandwiches together. We did an Easter egg hunt. We bought a bunch of eggs, put candy inside, and then had our mom like throw them around the yard. And then we like counted down 3, 2, 1, and then we all ran around the yard and collected a bunch of eggs, which was super duper fun. Then the highlight of the hangout was when we made 9 eggs, and it was probably like a good like 50, 60 bucks. We split it up between the eggs, not evenly at all. Like there was an egg with a dollar bill in it. Guess who got that egg? Me. I got that fucking egg. But there were eggs with money inside. I think there were 9 in total, and they were thrown at the bottom of the pool. There was change inside to make them sink, and they were all scattered around the pool. And if you wanted them, you had to jump in the pool. Keep in mind, the pool was 70 degrees, and outside was 70 degrees. Not swimming weather. Not swimming weather at all. It was so cold. But we all jumped in. And it was like we were fighting for the eggs. We were drowning each other. It was so crazy, but it was super duper fun. It was definitely a fun hangout today. It was just a little hangout, nothing too crazy. But speaking of my friends, I definitely want to record a little video with Georgia and Emma, and I wanted to do a blind, deaf, and mute baking cookies challenge. I thought that would be so fun, and I've seen a bunch of people do it, and maybe we might be recording that sometime this week. Um, so keep out for that. And the last little bit of the podcast that I wanted to record is the question segment. I thought that there needed to be something different with the podcast and then the regular episodes I record. And so I thought that we could have a little segment where I answer some of y'all's questions. And so I posted in the Discord that I opened a new channel for questions that I will answer in the podcast. And here they are. And so I will answer them now in this final segment, and then we'll probably end the episode. So, and I don't know who asked these questions. If you asked this question, you will know because you asked. I probably should have wrote down y'all's names. I'm really sorry. I'll do that next time. This is the first time that we're doing this. And I can't look at my phone to look at the questions because I'm recording on my phone, but I wrote them down, and so I'm going to answer them here. So this question is, what is your favorite My Little Pony character? And then I wrote main six and then the whole show. I'm pretty sure the question asked for not out of the main six, like out of the whole show, but I'm going to answer both. First, out of the main six, I love Applejack. I mean, I literally have an Applejack trading card in the back of my phone. So, Applejack is my favorite of the main six. I just think that she's so cool. She's so honesty. Like, I love that element of harmony. And she's super cool. I love how a bunch of the episodes in the show are just like her and her family, like on her farm. And she's really cool and she's really sweet. And I love her hat. I absolutely adore her hat. But that's my favorite character out of the main six. But out of the whole entire show, that one's really difficult. But I would have to say, ooh, okay. I love Princess Luna. I think that her whole lore is really cool. You know, jealous of her sister, banished to the moon, came back, and then there was that whole episode where we learned that every night she would go to sleep, she would be haunted by I forgot what it was called, but it was like a giant, like, galaxy pony that would give her nightmares, so that it was like a punishment for herself for bringing eternal night over Equestria. And she realized that, you know, she really isn't a bad guy anymore. And I thought that episode was really cute and really fun. And so yeah, she's definitely my favorite character outside of the main six. I love her. I love her so much. Also another character I really like, Starlight Glimmer, or it's Starlight Shimmer or Starlight Glimmer. I think it's Starlight Glimmer. I don't know, but anyways, I love Starlight Glimmer. She's a really cool and really powerful character. I love how she's friends with Trixie, and I love that trope between them, or whatever you want to call it, how it's like two people who don't know how to be good friends become friends. And I think that's so cute and that's so adorable between those two characters. And then there was the little two-part special where Trixie, Starlight, Discord, and Thorax, I absolutely adore Thorax, had to go save everybody from the Changeling Kingdom. I absolutely love that episode, or those two episodes, because it's literally just side characters going to go save the main six and everybody else. Like, I feel like the writing is a little meh, but I love what they did there. And Trixie is definitely my favorite because she leads that pack, and she's a counselor at the School of Friendship. I think that's so cool. First of all, also, I think that people hate on the School of Friendship way too much. I know that it's the later seasons and not a lot of people like the later seasons of the show, but I quite enjoy the later seasons. I love the School of Friendship. I love the young six or whatever you want to call them, like with all the different kinds of animals or whatever or species. But I love that. But yeah, those that answers your question. The second question is opinion on banana cats. If you didn't know what banana cat is, it's like this little pixelated banana with a cat head on it. And to answer your question, banana cat is 10 out of 10. Banana cat is cute. Banana cat is a little derpy and definitely gives off like 2016 meme vibes. But overall, I like banana cat. Banana cat, thumbs up to you. um, so that's my opinion on banana cat. The next question is, do you like Monster High and what's your favorite character? Okay, I have never watched Monster High before. Never in my life have I watched Monster High. But I do have sort of a favorite character, and this is more based off of looks. But I think her name is Abominaba. Abominaba? Abominaba. I don't know. I don't know what her name is, but she is like the blue monster with like the big white poofy hat, and she has the poofy white boots, and like she's like snow or she's ice or whatever. She's really cute, and so I guess that's my favorite Monster High character. I've never watched Monster High. I feel like I want to watch it, but I only kind of watch shows that have storylines. The only show that I watched that didn't have a storyline was I feel like there was one show that I watched. I don't know. But if Monster High has a good storyline, then I'll definitely watch it. All right, but these two questions are definitely my favorite questions because they're a little more. I love to talk, and I love to talk about specific things. This next question is, what would you say to your little self? I think this is a really cute question, and if I could go back in time and say a few things to my little self, I would say, I would say don't worry. I feel like for a long time in my life I worried a lot about the opinions of others and just like me, and I would just be like, don't worry. Don't think that everyone's after you, everyone is thinking of you in like a bad way or trying to come at you, because that's not how it is. And just pick your head up because you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you, and yeah, there's nothing to worry about. So I think that's what I'd say to my younger self is just don't be so up in your head. Don't be so self-conscious and scared all the time, because that's how I was. Like before high school, I was so obsessed with like what people thought of me, how I presented myself. Like I was so like insecure and so like nervous all the time. And so I'd go back and I'd tell myself to just not worry, because looking back, I worried for no reason. All right, but that's a good question. So, thank you. And then the last question here that I'll answer is most memorable game of all time and why. And I think that the most memorable game that I've ever played slash like my favorite game is also underrated game, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I got this game a few months ago, and I haven't actually played it in a long time. I beat the game, so yeah, I beat the game. But genuinely, that game was probably the best thing I ever played. I had never played a game like that before. I play Fortnite and Minecraft, all the time. And so that game was really a breath of fresh air and was so fun. The world building, the story, the characters, the combat, the story, ugh, the pacing, it was all so freaking good. And like, ugh, hold on. So I had went and watched the third Avatar movie with my friend Georgia back in January, and then I was like, I need to play the game because I remembered the game came out, and then I heard that there was a new third person version update, and I heard a lot of bad things about this game, like it was boring or something. Like I just forgot what it was, but they said that it just wasn't a good game. And I don't have any of the DLCs, but literally just the base game is so fun. It's so entertaining. There's so much to do, like so many side quests. The main quests are awesome. And it was just so fun to play, and it'll be a game that I will always remember. I'll probably play again. I still need to buy the DLCs, so I'll be able to buy the DLCs and come back to my main save on there and play those, which I am absolutely so excited about. But yeah, like it was just so fun, like exploring the world of Avatar. I forgot the world that it's called. Pandora. I love exploring Pandora. They did such a good job. Everything looks so nice. I know people complain about the voice acting on it, but when I played through it, I didn't really notice anything bad about the voice acting. I actually thought it was pretty good. But it was so fun. And I probably have like 95 hours on that game. I think it takes like 80 hours to like complete like 100%. But yeah, I literally played that game every day after I came home from school for like at least like 5 weeks. So yeah, that's my most memorable game and why. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, so underrated, so fun, so interesting. If you love Avatar, definitely get the game because it's so awesome. But that was the last question, and we have just hit the 30-minute mark. It's around 32 minutes, and so I think I'm gonna wrap this episode up. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and interacting with all of my other videos that I've posted. I've posted um, 2 videos that aren't podcast episodes, and I'm really proud of those. It's my Pokemon one and my room tour one. I'm very proud of those, and I think that I've definitely got the hang of recording and stuff. So definitely put some more questions in the Discord. If you have some video ideas that I can do, definitely put those in because I'd love to, have some viewer feedback and do some more things that you guys like. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, go down to the description and join the Discord. My TikTok will also be down there. And yeah, that's it for MeTime episode 2. There will be another episode. There will be another episode coming out this Saturday because this one is for like last week. But so watch out for that. There might be a video in between. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.